right, welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals Zero to make the best game ever. Good, so I think we need to merge this crash fix, yeah. So I'll do that now. Fix our crashing on drawing scene. There we go. Delete branch. Maybe may write to Omniblade. Omniblade. Please review this when you have time. Smiley. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of important for me, this fix here, because the PDBs that get that outrageously large, it's not healthy. Yeah, very unhealthy. Good. I think what I wanted to look into last session was why the world in the world builder renders black, right? The terrain. Yeah, I think we shouldn't have hit compile. We should go to the fix PDB bloat. Yeah. Let me cancel this one. Build Win32 debug. Nope. Let's end the debug. Yeah, so I will use this one here for testing. Here, there we go. But we also need right. Let me create a new branch. Investigate world builder terrain. Okay, and then we cherry pick this one. Okay, and then we do compile that. There we go. This change here, the mouse cursor now correctly changes to its beacon placement state when the user is in a beacon placement context without requiring an object to be selected. Are selected objects controllable, or this and that, or command mode place beacon. Okay, what does it do then? It's in waypoint mode. Okay. Yeah. The condition is a bit hard to see because you have this condition or... Oof. This one is easier to read. Yeah, it's context command. Oof. Can't leave that as true. Huh. I'm surprised that this command mode, like that these enums things are differently written. Right here you have GUI command this, and then GUI command mode place beacon, which is totally different in the way it's written. That's weird. Jesus Christ. This function is awful. Awful. Oh boy. Yeah, it's awful. Oh man. Yeah. My gosh. I wonder if all this complicated conditioning is really necessary. I will look at it later again. Yeah. Good. So I want to test World Builder. Okay, it's I think I could need some space music here. Causes less sleep. Okay. Good. So World Builder. So World Builder, the problem is we compile it, we launch it, and then the Word Builder tool is better software. Yeah. Good. As you can see, the terrain is black. Yeah. The terrain is black. Yeah. So I wonder why this happens. I don't even know how to start investigating this. It must be terrain, right? Terrain. Flat terrain, shader, pixel shader. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Where's this used? Nowhere. Actually, this. Raster shader list. Terrain. Terrain logic. Terrain visual. Terrain color. Get color of texture on the terrain. How do we, yeah, where do we, I don't know where to start looking here. Build terrain texture. What if I put a breakpoint here? Oh, that's not a hit. Ah, it's for the radar. Terrain visual. Is this compiled in? It's also not compiled in. Okay, so terrain visual doesn't exist in here. Create terrain visual. Is that called in World Builder? I put a breakpoint here. Okay, it doesn't get here, by the looks of it. Let me put a breakpoint here. If we get any breakpoints. How? What happened? Okay, that's unexpected. What is happening? The terrain visual. Terrain visual. Game engine. Okay. Let me go to World Builder. Like, how is it initializing then? World Builder. Source files. Must be some main file, right? Main. On create. Where's the main function of this? Okay, let's do it differently. We just break and see the core stack. We go to parallel stacks, win main. Okay, that's unexpected. Where's the thread that takes care of rendering and logic and everything? It's not this one. Okay, I'm a bit confused. Why does it look so garbage? Aha. Okay, there we see something. Init instance, World Builder app. Height map. On new documents. Update textures, terrain material, update textures. Height map, render object class. This looks like the class that would render the stuff. The height map. Okay, this looks like the class of interest here, this guy. So if we put a breakpoint in render, what happens? It is called texture, index buffer. Didn't enter here. Afternoon. Get shader passes, device passes 1. Disable textures false. It says disable textures, and then it sets a force to 1 lighting only pass. But here it's also 1. That's interesting. What does that do then? Pass. Huh. Pass. Disable text. Force to 1 lighting only pass. Could it, I mean, another issue is that it's maybe it's not a terrain issue, but it could also be a lighting issue, right? That all light is just black, right? It could also be. Because it is kind of weird, like why do we see black then? Like why do we not see white, for example? It does render something here, right? It draws triangles. It does something. Yeah, render shorelines, blend tiles, blah. It does some stuff. I don't know exactly what it does here, but it does stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this doesn't really help us. Does apply this render state changes, draw bridges. Okay. Renders draws the terrain. Okay, I mean, this one is responsible for the terrain, so there should also be lightning, right? Set light environment is null. Is that bad or good? Light environment, if that is null? I don't know. Maybe it's bad. What is light environment used for? Get light environments. Used for nothing. Well, that can't be. How can this be used for nothing? Okay. Okay. If we compare that with generals, let me step through generals if it steps through similarly. Let's do no quick start, so we get into the shell map quickly. That goes into init. Okay. It also creates a terrain visual. I wonder if that has any relevance. Okay. We got that. We have that. Okay, render height map. Let's see what it does. Light environment is also null. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, it also does some stuff here. It also doesn't go into this block. Use light map. Use light map. Also one. Okay, so far it looks very similar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything suspicious. I don't really know what I'm looking for. Yeah. I don't know. I think it must have something to do with some stuff that is not initialized. That would be my my best bets. Yeah. What else would it be? But the question is what? If we run, oh, this is debug. Yeah. Yes. Okay, if we enable debug here, what happens there? Debug. I mean, the retail world builder, it does show terrain, right? So in principle, it must work somehow. Maybe the first goal is to get it into the state where it would work with our compilation. And then go from there. Oh, man. Good. I think that was a wrong debug session. Okay, that renders. Okay, good. So enabling RTS debug will show the terrain. Okay, well that's a clue, isn't it? Then let's go a little bit looking. RTS debug and see what this finds us. Let's search in Yahoo solution. Let's look into World Builder first. World Builder doc, World Builder view. No intense debug. Object 2, open map. Okay, so far looks really unsuspicious. This one is a difference here. So if it's not debug or internal, then it would show some windows. It would hide the windows. Okay. Why? View. Height map edits. Load directory of images. Take this out when we are done evaluating terrain textures. Test out. Okay. Then this is then something. Yeah, but maybe I wonder if like this load somehow fixes something. What does this do? Well, it does something. That's just a log. Game data debug ini. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Shroud on. That one is also interesting. Okay, let's do some exclusions. So let's comment this out and see if things break. Yeah. Maybe we are lucky and we hit one that, you know, makes a terrain black, and then we can go from there. Right now I have no clue. It's very strange. Yeah. No, that's not it. Must be something else. Let's try this one here. there's also these if devs debug crashing, and so these one we probably also need to look at. Yeah, maybe. Oof. This one is also fine. Let's try this one. Shroud on. Okay, and these are all the obvious ones that looked interesting, but I don't think that shroud has anything to do with that. Shroud false, yeah. Well, maybe there is a bug if you want to enable shroud in. Oh yeah, if you enable shroud, maybe everything is black because nothing is revealed. That could be, right? Maybe. Maybe. Aha, there we go. It's a shroud. Okay, the world is black because of the shroud. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so how about we take a screenshot of this? User maps. Let's just load a map here. Okay, then let me take a screen image of that. There we go. Assign to myself. Found it. Image. Good. So this is well, it's weird. World Builder never uses shroud, and then they put it behind these things. That doesn't make sense. World Builder never uses shrouds. With shrouds, terrain renders black. Okay. Now there's also the open map and safe map, these things here. So what is this bullshit here? If we were to remove this, let me compile and release. Release. This looks suspicious. It looks as if the maps windows are hidden. somehow. Yeah. 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 Already 52 minutes in here. I've got almost nothing done. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have no clue why it has to rebuild everything again. But okay. Good, then let's run this in release. Yeah. Hold on, it says if not defined debug and not defined RTS return. So this should be, this is not about optimization level. Right, this is about this here. I'm stupid, yeah. Right, I always confuse this debug with that debug. Oh man. Doesn't help when there are different kinds of debugs. Yeah. Okay, let's check this one. Yeah. Man, this never ends compiling here. Ugh. One failed. Oh. Shroud is not a member of global data. Huh. Huh. How does that work? Okay. So, it's a debug option. Uh-huh. Okay, that's interesting. So you can. Okay, so yeah. Huh. Okay. So in release, you cannot disable Shroud because obviously there would be cheating, right? Uh, huh. Okay, but where's this used then? Let's see. Could argue that this is like a feature that the release world builder has no terrain, or it has terrain, but it's black. Um, yeah. So to be able to see the terrain in world builder, it's quite a few places, right? Yeah, this needs a bit more thinking. Shortfalls. Okay. Shroud on. So I suspect they compiled it out so that it's not so easy to hack this on, right? Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a good choice that they compiled this out. Yeah. It was a good choice. But now, since source code is open source, it's kind of easy to make cheats anyway. So this defense does not help much. So I wonder how we should deal with this. So what we could say is Shroud on this also exists in release, right? Then I would simplify the code. Yeah, it would simplify the code. Maybe maybe it's better to put this behind a new macro. Yeah. New macro. Let's think about this. We would have to shroud on. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't protect us from cheating really to have this compiled out, because it would be easy for someone to compile that in, or yeah. So clear shroud. Yeah. Shroud on. Maybe fog of war on. Shroud on. Fog of war on. So what we could do is maybe we move this here and we say if RTS shroud, if RTS shrouds shrouds shroud option, RTS shrouds shroud on off, shroud configurable shrouds. I don't know how to call it. RTS shroud, RTS configurable shrouds. Could do that. And then we go to our defines. If def define 0 and if configurable shroud. Oh, hold on. Game defines. We need to set it to 1, right? Configurable shroud. Originally set behind if defined set behind global data contains a shroud setting. Global data contains a field to turn on off the shroud. When enabled, global data contains a field to turn off. Sure. Otherwise shroud is enabled. Now the problem is not all files will see this, right? Are these headers not using pre-RTS? What is this? Oh, they're not. Why not? Include common pre-RTS. Oh, it can't see that far. Oof. Okay. Okay. Global data. Okay. Then how about we in global data we include game common game. Includes it twice here. Game common. How about here we include game defines. Common. No? Should work. Maybe it has to be included like so, yeah. Game defines. Okay, now it sees it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we say if RTS configurable shroud. Oops. Pass, no shroud. Oh, there even is a... Let's see. Let's see. Probably need to say if configure shroud and defined. So it's only read from the ini file and debug. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I guess it's fine. Yeah. If that and if shroud on. Good, shroud on. There we go. If configurable shrouds and if I think then we can in pre-RTS we can remove game defines here because it is in game common. Okay, the question is now, did we catch everything? Let me search for shroud on. Shroud on. Shroud on. Originally, the configurable configurable shrouds set behind disable the configurable shrouds to make executable hacking just a bit harder, just a bit more difficult in release builds. Yeah. Make executable hacking to make shroud hacking Yeah, so basically with this compiled in, it means that in release builds, it will be easy to just like flip one Boolean to disable the shroud. Yeah, but I mean, for players, that's insignificant. For hackers, I don't think it's a desirable cheat, really. I don't think so. But typically what they want, they still want the shroud, but they just want to hack the fog of war. Yeah, because if you hack the shroud, then there will be some problems, I think. Yeah, it will make it too obvious that someone is a cheater if they disable the shroud. Yeah. And cheaters don't like to tell on themselves, typically. At least if they play like competitively, right? If they are for fun gamers, they don't care unless they get banned, right? Yeah. But I would say if someone cheats, community will figure it out by the way they play. Yeah. Good. Okay, so this is an option. So we have it enabled by default. Original configure. Shroud is always enabled. Okay, configurable shrouds. Okay, I think we also need to look at at this one, pass no shroud. Here. Yeah. Oof. Debug CRC. Then we say here if yes, configurable shroud. And if Okay. Anything else? Configurable shrouds. Release game builds. The enable to properly see the terrain in release worlds builder builds. But then the question is, maybe I wonder, instead of doing this, if it maybe World Builder should simply never compile without RTS debug. But how would we do that? Train and properly draw. Yeah. I mean, other solution would be that we somehow say that you cannot build a non-RTS debug world builder. But maybe it's desirable to be able to do that. Be it for testing, or maybe you don't want the asserts in there and some debug stuff. Like, I mean, the world builder should still work without such things, right? Yeah. Configurable shroud. Terrain is black. With yeah. configurable shroud. Yeah. Okay, so we can do that. Yeah. It's a shroud. Yeah. 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 Okay, let's try that. Okay, we still have a compiler, huh? Oh. Cannot open include file. Particle editor. Okay. Okay. Um, that particle editor. If target okay, add library and particle core profile. I think we need to. Oh, we have this here. Game engine include. I think this change requires I think this change requires this one here. Yeah. Yeah. Requires this one. It's a bummer. Let me cherry pick this one. Yeah. Okay, and then we rebuild again. what is this? Remove obsoletes. Instead of adding core game engine include into so many places just for debug.h, it would be better to just move debug.h. Actually, core game engine include is not just for it's not for debug.h. It is required because we start moving game engine from it's not just for a debug.h. It is required because we start moving game engine from the game from generals MD to core, and so all targets that see those includes should also see the includes in core. Otherwise, things do not compile, especially when we start moving more things. Let me also poke OmniBlade on this. Also need review. Also need review on this. Okay, good. Yeah, that compiles. Good. So that's a requirement then, basically. Okay, so this compiles. That's fantastic. Then let's launch this mess. Yeah. Very fast. Super fast speed. Yeah. Good. Then release. Yeah. Okay, so now we should be able to see the shrouds, terrain. I mean, let's see. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So what about open? So in release, you cannot open system maps. Why not? That's weird. That doesn't make much sense, does it? Open. May I open an issue? System maps not system maps tab is not visible in non-debug world builder. Compile world builder without RTS debug or RTS internal. Launch it. Open map dialog. File open map. Click file open map. World builder minor bug. Yeah. Okay, so we can already open, we can reset this one maybe. Game data debug, okay, that is fine, yeah, that one is fine. This one is fine. I mean, if I wonder about this one. Should it? Should it be able to pass this from the global data any? No, because it allows the user to modify this. No, we don't want that. No. We don't want that. think we should be we should say non-debug world builder, non-RTS debug. In world builder, let's say without RTS debug. Compiled in. Okay. Then let me search for RTS debug once more. And we go back to world builder. And we go to save map. Okay, so user maps, system maps, show window. Both are set to false. Why? It's just the open map. Okay. So I think what we can do is we can just comment this out. Probably. Yeah. Use system there. I don't know why they removed that. I don't know. Let's see what happens if we put that back in. Okay. We should probably merge this. Okay. Set age, fix black fix black terrain in non debug in, let's say, in world builder without RTS debug. Fix black terrain. Okay. Okay. Then let's see what happens here. Good. So open, and we still don't see system maps. Huh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's put a breakpoint here. Ah. Right. We have to compile out the whole thing. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. It has to be like this. What is this? Right profile int. Panel section, new system. Yeah. That's probably just to that it saves where you have toggled to, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that's probably fine. Open. Yeah, there we go. It is empty, but yeah, that's another story. User maps, system maps. Yeah, I think it makes sense that the functionality in release and in debug is the same. I don't see why it should be that only. I mean, it's empty, so I suspect the idea here was. I suspect the idea was that the release world builder would be eventually shipped to the customer, and so the customer should only see the user maps but not the system maps. I think that was the logic behind this decision. But then they shipped the debug world builder because, well, the release world builder is black, right? The terrain's black. So yeah, I see. I think that's a reasonable explanation. Yeah, but for us, I think it doesn't make a difference. We should just see both. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Well, it was simple enough to fix. Maybe we should add a comment though. Yeah, maybe we should say super hackers at info or at tweak. Originally world builder has hidden. Original world builder has hidden the systems, the system maps tab button in non-debug builds. Let's just say in release builds. Release builds. Perhaps with the intention to only show user maps for release for customers, for players, for perhaps with the intention to show user maps, to only show user maps to only show user maps to to community users. However, Worlds Builder did release in debug. It did release as a debug build, and always had the system maps tab. Therefore, we just show it always for simplicity. This now yeah, I think we can do that. And we do the same comment here. Here. Good. I think I will take a break here. Yeah, has probably been 2 hours. Perfect. Then I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.